Hey guys, how's it going? Back to my segment of my love-hate relationships with the Rolex Explorer 2 Polar Dial 16570. This, in all honesty, is probably my favorite Rolex. I think it represents everything good about the company, all the virtues, and so yeah, let's just begin, right? 5 things I love about the Rolex Explorer 2. Number one, right? It has to be the price. These are discontinued, so you can only purchase them in the secondary market, and they are extremely uh, good value for money. They're not cheap, but these can be had for mid threes, 3,000, 3,500 US. You might even find some for a little under that, right? But I'd say, right, be prepared to pay around 3,500 plus minus $200. And I think, for Rolex sports model at a, traditional 39 millimeter size, it's extremely good value, right? And I highly recommend this to be anybody's first uh, Rolex sports watch. So the price. Okay, so number two, what do I love about it? I love the dial. I love the dial, and it's polar color. It's really, the contrast between the white dial and the red GMT hand, along with the black surround markers. It doesn't have white gold. Okay, I guess it costs a little less to make, right? Save the white gold, but it just gives it such a great contrast, a great outline, and it really is really well executed for a white dial sports watch. Okay, number three, what do I love about this watch? It has to be its complication, right? It's 24-hour time zone, second time zone complication, extremely useful, right? This is a great traveler's watch. Just take it to go traveling. You can take it on adventures. It has a steel bezel, so it won't get damaged, right? These things are very robust. Right, leading on to number four, the build quality. This is a high quality Rolex. You know, the, it's just so solid. It's so robust. It's so elegant, beautiful design. And this one has a solid end links, so it's a newer bracelet, and it doesn't rattle. Right, really great bracelet. Not as good. I mean, it's not as as substantial as the modern bracelets, but for the traditional bracelets, the older bracelets, I think this is probably the best of them all. 78790A is the reference number for this bracelet, and it's great. Beautiful watch. So, what was that number? What was number? I forgot how many numbers I was on already. Anyway, the other thing I really love about this watch, I think it's number 5, is that it's not as common, right? It's not your standard, Submariner, GMT, or Daytona. It definitely flies under the radar, it's not as common, and it's also not as pretentious, right? Sometimes when you have a Submariner, you feel that you have to be like James Bond, or you have to be like a diver, an extreme sportsman, right? Or if you have a GMT Master 2, you kind of have to fit into the shoes as like a frequent flyer, a pilot, a mover and a shaker who has to keep track of 3 time zones. I just need to keep track of 2 time zones, right? So it doesn't have all the negative connotations with owning a Rolex. So, yeah, those are the 5 things that I really love about this watch. Thanks.